And my name is Chuck Williams, and it's my privilege and honor to be the host of the Isagenix Cepeda team Monday night Zoom presentation. We start every presentation with showing this disclaimer because we do believe in doing things the right way. Jim and Kathy Coover, two of the co-founders and the leaders in the company. This is a picture of Kathy Coover here. She basically just insists that the company be run on integrity. She was in a couple other network marketing companies prior to her and her husband Jim starting Isagenix, and from the very beginning she has sought to do it the right way, and that's for every aspect, and it's very, very important. So this disclaimer basically says, as we do talk a little bit about the income tonight, there's no promises, no guarantees. You can find out everything you need to know about the income at isagenixearnings.com. Also on this slide here, you'll see the disclaimer as far as products. Joanie has a background as a nurse, but she'll be very careful to not say anything that's non-compliant. We'll be very careful about that because we believe in keeping this business absolutely integrous. And so with that, feel free to print a copy of that screen you're looking at. This is a picture of yours truly. No pictures of this, please. But this just shows that I personally have had a transformation. And one of the neat things about Isagenix is once you start using these products and becoming a product of the product, no one can take away your own personal testimony. That gentleman on the far left was me as a grandpa, about 30 pounds overweight. And I lost a little bit of that belly before I started using the Isagenix weight loss system. And in the very beginning, that's all I really knew Isagenix for, was a weight loss system. As I got more involved, I learned more about the other areas of products that the company has. We'll go into some of those tonight. But the picture in the middle is me after losing 23 pounds with the Isagenix solution. And I was the poster child for no exercise. Not overly proud of that, but I just wasn't at a point in my life where I wanted to exercise. So my weight loss was 100% using the Isagenix system and eating better, making better decisions, but it had nothing to do with exercise. Now, after being in the program for a while and deciding to make this a business, I did get excited about what I saw other people doing with their bodies and transforming. And so I started using some of the performance products and went from that picture in the middle to the picture on the right. And that's about a 60-day transformation from the middle picture to the one on the right. I took the 4 inches that I lost off my waist. I went from a 38 to a 34, and I put 2 of those inches on each of my 2 biceps and have absolutely loved the results of the Isagenix performance products. I want Joanie to come on now and just share her story. And then, Joanie, as soon as you're done sharing your story, I will take it back and cover a few more slides, and then we'll go with the products together and let you cover the products. So, Joanie, you've got a phenomenal story. As I said at the beginning, before we start recording, you are absolutely one of my favorites. And I literally get demands all the time, you know, when are you going to have Joanie again? So I'm glad you accepted my invitation tonight to be our guest. So why don't you just share your experience and maybe even tell us a little about your son's experience. I know he just hit a milestone. They're just doing phenomenal. So take a few minutes and just let people hear from you for a while. So this is Joanie McLeod. Welcome.
Thank you, Chuck. Thank you. And thank you for what you do week after week after week to educate people and bring them on these calls. I mean, it's phenomenal what you've done for all of us, Chuck. I mean that sincerely. And I love the growth in your biceps from your from your waist. Well, so here you see my before and after pictures. My story begins about 10 years ago when I was going through this change of life thing. And I've always exercised. I love that. I love eating healthy. That's been a huge part of my life. But about 10 years ago, I started gaining 5 to 7 pounds of what I call my winter weight. And it wouldn't go away in the spring and summer. And so the next year went by, same thing. And after 3 years and 19 pounds heavier, now you can't tell, but I'm all of 5'3". I'm not like a 5'7", 5'8" gal, something like that. I'm 5'3". So 3 years goes by, I'm 19 pounds heavier, Chuck. And I'm just like, okay, no more. Take the bull by the horns and let's nip this thing, right? Because what scared me was the pattern I saw. I couldn't blame it on a broken ankle or a bum knee so that I couldn't exercise for, 3 months. And so I gained all this weight. No, I had a pattern happening that I couldn't figure out. And I told myself, do the math, Joanie, 3 more years, you're going to be up 38 pounds. Just call it 40 pounds. And I thought, no way. So I took the bull by the horns, like we often do, and I began to try to nip this, thinking I could do it, honestly, in 3 to 4 months. And 2 years later, 6 different methods or things later that I had tried, and I'm a disciplined person, and I did my best with these, and nothing worked. So I was pretty pouty and cynical and jaded, and really was throwing in the towel. I also was convicted that, okay, so I'm a little pudgy. There are people that have huge health issues, far more severe than mine. So just get over it, Joni, and, count your blessings. Well, at that point, in walks our then 19-year-old daughter from college, 2 hours away, talking about this nutrition. She didn't have any weight to lose. She just needed energy in college. And I thought to myself, it's a scam. She's going to have to learn the hard way. I'm sure not going to be a part of any of this. But, it was her grocery money in college. And so what do? You're going to love them no matter what. But in the meantime, my mama antennas went up. And I didn't tell her this, but this is what I was thinking. Is this a scam? Is she getting ripped off? Is this even good for you? Is she still eating real food? What is this stuff? So I decided to just love her and watch. And in 2 weeks, she was off the caffeine Starbucks that she had been relying on to get her through the day. And in a 3-month time frame, I saw so much vibrancy in her. I felt like I had my girl back. I had not seen this person for 5 years, and it was undeniable. And she had rearranged her grocery budget. She was still eating real food and rearranged her grocery budget. And so how could I fault that? And the nurse in me thought, I just need to applaud her and cheer her on. So that was my impression of what was going on with her. It was powerful. And like I said, she had no weight to lose. Well, she ended up at Christmas break being home for a month, and she cornered me in the kitchen right over here. And she said, Mom, it's time. Just put it in your body. And I honestly thought to myself, that sounds so cheesy, like it's supposed to work some miracle, right? And she said, I'm telling you, just put it in your body. So I honestly, the only reason I said yes was because it was my daughter. If it had been someone else, I probably would have figured out a nice way to say thank you, but no thank you. And because it was her, I wanted to cheer her on. I wanted to put wind in her sails. It wasn't going to help me, but I couldn't deny. Like what you were saying, Chuck, we can't deny our own experience. And I couldn't deny what I was observing. So I said, okay, babe, here's the deal. I'll try this for 3 months and then we'll see. And I'm not going to tell anybody about it because I thought I had to sell something. And she said, Mom, I don't want you to tell anybody about it. I want you to feel as good as I do. And you're going to love it. And you're going to save money on groceries. And I rolled my eyes in my head and I thought, yeah, right. And I tell you what, she was right. So she goes back to college. I get my box. I start using this. In 4 days, everything in my digestion starts waking up. In 2 weeks, my sleep is better. My energy is better. And this mental fog, I didn't know I was foggy, Chuck. I had no clue. I didn't know. It's kind of like when you're in the car and you turn on the defrost and you go, whoa, wow, I should have done that a long time ago. I didn't know I was foggy, and that blew me away. So 2 weeks in, I told myself, I don't know what this stuff is, but my body loves it, and I'm never going to stop putting this in my body. Then fast forward 3 months, and my 19 pounds is gone. So then the nurse in me is dumbfounded. And I start asking questions. Okay, who started this? Why they started? What is this stuff? How does it work? I needed answers because these other things I had tried, very disciplined, didn't work. And I feel like I did maybe a B or a B plus job with Isagenix, and it worked. And so I began my research, and the science behind it is brilliant. And I also saw that in my experience, I used the same system to lose this change of life weight that my daughter used to gain incredible energy, that my son James used to gain lean muscle. Our bodies truly are the miracle. And when we give it the right fuel, then it functions as the miracles that they are, that each one of us are. So whether people need to lose weight or gain energy or increase their performance or healthy aging, I was blown away. And so yeah, that is my story. And it was really powerful. The first person I ever shared it with was a friend who cornered me and said, "You're doing something. I want to know what you're doing." And I had no clue that she would actually notice, and so people were noticing.
Well, great job, Joanie. And stick around. I'm just going to cover a few quick things here, and then we're going to come right back to you and go through the product. I love your mama antenna. That's great. Let me make sure I'm on mute, so that's perfect. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about is some market trends that we've got going on right now. And basically, timing is absolutely perfect for this company. We are known as a weight loss company, but we're so much more than that. In fact, Eric Coover and his wife, PETA, are very adamant about getting away from the label of being a weight loss company because we are so much more. But let's face it, most people here in the United States, that's what they know us for. We have the #1 shake in America today, the meal replacement shake, and weight loss is a big opportunity for companies. We also have a fitness line. I mentioned earlier that I started using the performance products in the gym after I'd been in the business for a little while. And literally, I had people come up to me just a couple months after they finally realized I wasn't going to just be there and quit. They started talking to me after a while, and I had people asking me if I was on steroids. That's how effective and how quickly I transformed with the Isagenix amped product line. So what are some of the challenges we face? Well, the obesity epidemic is huge in America, and I'm not just talking adults. I'm talking kids. It just breaks my heart to see these young kids way overweight and facing the issues they do. It's hard enough being a kid and a teenager just normally, but to be obese is just so tough, and it's just an epidemic in our country. Toxicity, bankrupt food, premature aging, stress, both physical and financial. These are the challenges we face. This is the last negative slide, and we're going to turn all positive here, but how do we get these toxins into our body? Well, we drink them, we breathe them, we eat them, and we put them on our bodies. That's how we get them into our body. But Isagenix has solutions for all of that, and it's an amazing solution at that. We have different types of solutions, but it all starts, and when I talk to people, when I'm sharing Isagenix, I want them to know that it's backed by science. I've had the privilege by being part of the Cepeda team and going to the major events to get to meet some of the scientists behind the product. They recently, at the most recent big event, they came out with the gut performance products, the enzymes and the probiotics, and I got to meet the scientists who developed that for the company. I've had several run-ins, good ones, with Dr. Paul Sario and get to know him a little bit, and to have over 50 full-time scientists on staff, not just working on the product today, but working on the product of the future that Isagenix will have. We have a first-class product line. I recently brought on a customer. It was my mom's heart doctor, to be exact. And he did pretty much what Joanie did. He did a 90-day test of his own, didn't want to tell anybody. And he really wouldn't even share with me the last couple months how he was doing. We met last week, and his face had just literally shrunk. He looked 10 years younger. He was ecstatic with the results he got. And he said, "Chuck, you guys ought to be careful about using the word cleanse." He goes, that has a negative connotation. He goes, "You should just stick with intermittent fasting." That's what you guys have developed here. It is a phenomenal intermittent fast. It's ideal for cleansing the body, but the word cleanse can sometimes connotate a colonoscopy type cleanse or some other type of cleanse. He goes, "It's not that. It's a cellular level cleanse. It's intermittent fasting at its best." And then he said the other thing, and he's become a fan of Dr. Paul Sario, just like I have. He said, "You guys also have the corner on the protein pacing, man. It's so convenient, and I can pace myself. And as a doctor, I take a shake in the morning, I take a bar with lunch. I don't have to worry about grabbing something to run. I'm eating healthy throughout the day. Needless to say, him and his wife have both had phenomenal results, and they're very, very excited about this. So like I said, we're much, much more than just weight loss. Again, that's what most of us talk about, but it's more than that. The weight loss is one of 5 product categories. Another one's performance. And we are becoming more and more known for our performance line. Several professional athletes use our products. And I'm talking about use our products not as spokespeople, they get paid. Do they really use it or not? Who knows? No, these people are using our product, and they're not even spokespeople. These products work. They're the best you can buy in the market. Vitality and well-being. I'm not going to tell Joanie's age, but I'll tell mine. I'm 58 years old. My wife and I, this category here is the most important one to us. We want to age healthy. We don't want to be towing ourselves around wheelchairs in our golden years. We want to be doing all kinds of fun things in our golden years. And with the Isagenix products, the Isagenesis, we'll talk a little bit of phenomenal research and science behind it. The results are absolutely phenomenal. It's a product I wouldn't live without. And then the skin care and the beauty care, another big line there for men and women. And then the one on the far right, we've earned the right to have this as a product category. It's the opportunity itself. Now, not many people avail themselves of this opportunity. We're trying to get more and more to see the opportunity, but it's about 10 to 13% of people are in the business as associates. The other 87 to 90% are customers only, and that's fine. You got to have a lot of customers in a business, but the associate opportunity is available to everyone. We'll talk a little bit about that at the end of our call. As I mentioned earlier, this product is backed by science. This is one of the first studies I was familiar with. It was one by Dr. Paul Sario, and he compared the Isagenix weight loss system to the heart healthy diet. Look at the results. They speak for themselves. 56% more weight loss, 47% more fat loss, and twice as much visceral fat loss. If this was the only slide you saw and you needed to lose 10, 15, 20 pounds or more, there's no better reason to try Isagenix than that right there. It absolutely works. This is science by a third-party scientist, and it's true. We've got story after story after story that we can share. So now what I want to do is turn the call back over to Joanie. I'll kind of stick around and move the slides for her, but I just want her to share from her personal experience about each of these products, what they mean to her, how she presents them to her friends and family. So Joanie, let's start with the #1 product of Isagenix. It's the Isolene Shake. How do you share this with somebody? How do you tell them about the Isolene Shake? It is phenomenal, but go ahead, I'll let you share.
Yeah, well, I tell them that I was hugely skeptical, and one of my questions was, what makes this shake different than the gazillions of shakes out there? And I found out from one of our scientific advisory board scientists, PhD, Dr. Jim Rhodes, that it's the sourcing and the processing. These are sourced from New Zealand, where insecticides, pesticides, herbicides are not allowed in the country. So the cows are grass-fed, and they're not hormone injected or antibiotic injected. So the sourcing is huge. The processing, John Anderson decided to get his own patent on the processing, knowing that if he pasteurized this product, it's going to kill a lot of the good with the bad. And this is a cold membrane extraction. So Jim Rhodes, Dr. Rhodes says, Joanie, Isagenix has no peer. These protein shakes they're unpasteurized. That's why they say undenatured on each of the packages. But he said these are 10 years ahead of everything else out there. And that was huge, coming from somebody like him, who in 2010 spoke at the Harvard Medical School Nutrition Conference. And, that's the caliber of expertise and brilliance that this man has. And he just thinks the world of John Anderson, who chose to source these and process these in a league of its own. Yeah.
Thank you. And ladies and gentlemen, if you're listening to her and you're like, oh, I wish I had, just your hands cramping up taking notes, we are recording this. And last time I had Joanie speak, literally people on my team took segments of her presentation and they made it into their own little video. She's just a wealth of knowledge. This next screen is a temporary screen while this product is available. Joanie, I don't mean to put you on the spot. We didn't talk about this before, but I don't know if you've ordered yours, but I've ordered mine. What a phenomenal product this is. I hope you had a chance to experience it too. What a phenomenal product.
Absolutely. I love it. And they went to great lengths. You see on the slide there that even the sprinkles are from vegetables and that sort of thing. I mean, Isagenix is not going to compromise on anything, and I love that. I love it. Yes, I did get mine, and I'm enjoying them, sprinkles and all.
For those of you listening to this call, as of today, they're still available, but that product sold out the first time in 36 hours. The company sold over 1 million canisters of that birthday cake. So if you're interested in trying that, you may want to get your order in ASAP. If you're watching a recording of this, well, I'm sure it'll come out again soon. This next slide is about the Cleanse for Life. Now, in the UK, when I helped launch in the UK a couple years ago, they actually changed the name of the product over there. It's the same product, but they named it Nourish for Life. I think that's probably got a better sound to it. But tell us a little bit about this product and also the new one that's just come out, the new peach mango flavor.
Right. So this is a berry flavor, the peach mango. Everybody's loving it, just loving it, and we're hoping that it will be permanent one day. But the Cleanse for Life is my personal favorite product. But honestly, I have to tell you, Chuck, it's so important to understand that between the shakes, the Cleanse for Life, and probably the Ionics, the next product you're probably going to pull up, the synergy that happens with what John Anderson put together. And synergy is that fun word that hopefully and understand what it means. It really is when you take, it's the interaction between two or more agents that has a far greater impact than the sum of the separate parts. So the Cleanse for Life works powerfully in the body, and I was dumbfounded with how it worked. And so I did my research on isagenixhealth.net, and I dug and dug and dug. Botanical drink that has juice that has amazing things in it, among which are a couple of enzymes that actually convert fat-soluble toxins to water-soluble so they can be released in the bloodstream. I didn't realize that a juice or water fat.
Joanie?
Yeah.
The sentence you just said, you got a little quiet on us, and I don't know if anybody else is really, you got me on the edge of my seat here. Would you repeat that?
About the synergy?
Yes.
Well, the synergy is when you combine these products, the Ionics, the shakes, the Cleanse for Life, and by using all three of them, the impact on the inside of the body is going to be far greater than if somebody just did the shakes. A lot of times people will say, well, I just want to do the shakes. Can I just do the shakes? Well, sure you can, but your body is going to thank you even more. And when we get to the Ionics, I'll explain how they work together. But that Cleanse for Life, yeah, it's powerful with what it does to toxins in the body, releasing them into the bloodstream. And even Dr. Paul Arciero has done the studies that show the toxins in the bloodstream being released, that sort of thing. Okay, so here's the Ionic Supreme. Oh my goodness. I think this is John Anderson's favorite product. A lot of us call it liquid gold. If you want some fun leisure reading, look up adaptogens, okay? So adaptogens they're the big buzzword now. Time magazine did a big old article on adaptogens back about a year and a half ago. And that's the big buzzword. Well, guess what? They've been around for centuries. And the Chinese and these ancient cultures have used these, for centuries. And they are powerful in how they balance the body's stress and the oxidative stress on every cell in the body. So this Ionic Supreme does a multitude of things. Here are my 4 personal favorites. It boosts the immune system. It helps with oxidative stress on every cell in the body. It helps with brain support. But then it also helps with gut absorption, okay? So the absorbability of the gut is going to improve when you have the Ionic Supreme. So I tell people, Chuck, you have the Ionic Supreme, you're taking that on a daily basis, so your gut is increasing in its absorbability. Then you throw in these incredible shakes that are in a league of their own because of the way they're sourced and processed. So the nutritional profile there's just no comparison. You're putting that in the gut that's going to absorb it better. You see what I'm saying? And so you're fueling this Ferrari massively with high octane fuel, and it's all ready to receive it. Then when you do your cleanse days, your intermittent fast days, You're allowing those digestive processes to rest so that toxins can be released. They all work together. I have people that say, can I just do the cleanse? Well, they're just robbing their body of maximum benefit by doing that. So that's what I mean by synergy. The power of these three working together. So that makes sense? Does that help?
Absolutely. Now I've got some of the targeted nutritional solutions. Feel free to cover whichever ones you want to here. They're all phenomenal, but go right ahead.
Yeah. Oh man. Okay. So the immune boost, use that on that's not for acute improvement. That's for long-term improvement. So I put a scoop of that in my shake every day. It's powerful. The heart boost, I am real excited about because as a nurse, I know that the most commonly common the most popular prescribed drug in America is Lipitor. That's a cholesterol decreaser. We don't make any claims with this in terms of cholesterol, etc. But what we do know about this is that this heart boost is plant sterols, Chuck. Plant sterols. It's like God's medicine. So this isn't for people who have heart issues. This is for anybody and everybody who want to maintain a healthy heart. So if you have heart issues, you better be taking this. And if you don't, take it because it's food. It's plant-based. The pre-workout, mid-workout, post-workout, those are great. And one of my favorite things to highlight about these is the lengths that Isagenix went to have these Informed Sports certified. And I did my research when that happened in 2017. I'm like, whoa, because I love sports and athletes and all the performance stuff. And I wanted to understand, why is this such a big deal? I knew that professional athletes, their career's on the line. If they end up taking something, they don't know there's some sort of hidden. So I understood that. But what is the big deal? Or, help me understand this Informed Sports certification. Well, there are different certifications that companies can invest in. Some of them are quarterly, where they will quarterly monitor the products coming off the line. And WADA, the World Anti-Doping Association, oversees those and gets their stamp of approval. Then you have other certification programs that are monthly, and they do their certification and the quality test and all that monthly on the products coming off the line. Informed Sports certification tests every single batch of anything that's in our product line that's going to have that Informed Sports certification on it. That's a huge investment on Isagenix part. To me, it says they're serious about their integrity, and they're serious about the athletes and anybody that they're wanting to help with their health. That just blows my mind, Chuck. Blows my mind. These other products I can address. Brain Boost. Turmeric is huge these days. That's a big buzz thing with supplements, and our Brain Boost is phenomenal with that. There's a wonderful podcast about our sleep spray. I didn't realize until I heard the podcast with Dr. Colgan that somewhere around age 35 or 40, our natural melatonin starts to decrease. And I thought, no wonder these older people, more mature people, are waking up at night all the time. And this, what sets this apart is you spray it under your tongue and it crosses the blood-brain barrier almost immediately. So it's so much healthier and effective for us. So anyway, I love those.
And we could go on and on. This next product, we could argue about this, but we're not going to. I think this next product is actually John Anderson's favorite product.
Okay.
This is my favorite.
Yeah, the Isagenesis with product B. Well, okay, so most of you may know, but if you don't, I'll explain anyway. We have end caps on our shoelaces to keep the shoelace from fraying, right? So every chromosome in our body, the chromosomes, have end caps on them, and they're called telomeres. And basically, if they're short and frayed, it's bad news. And the older we get with weather, all these factors that tend to do that, not good. This Isagenesis supports our telomeres and maintains the stability of our DNA. It's incredible. So it's so cutting edge. It's having a huge impact on the effects of aging in obviously the most beneficial way. So I will tell you, Chuck, these products, incredible. And I love the Isagenesis. And you mentioned your age. I'm not ashamed to say in 12 days, I'm going to hit the big 60. And I don't feel 60. It's these products. It's incredible. I mean, can you believe that? Me, 60? So, but yes, I love the Isagenesis.
And last but not least, you mentioned earlier, if someone has any questions or wants some more information, specifics, you can go to isagenixhealth.net. You can put in a search item and we're looking for. It's a wealth of information there, just like Joanie. That's where she got a lot of her knowledge. Hanging around Lori Morelli. So, Joanie, thank you so much. Phenomenal job as always. And I'm going to talk just a few minutes. We're running a little bit over, but I'm perfectly fine with that because I wanted you to hear Joanie's heart and hear about these products. They are amazing. There are multiple packs you could choose from when you're getting started as a brand new customer. The company really allows you to even put together a small a la carte order. But as Joanie was describing, give yourself the best chance for success. Come in with at least a pack where you're going to get to experience the products that work synergistically together. The pack on the far left is the Ultimate Pack. It's the one that Herb Cepeda teaches to lead with. It's for the business builder, the person who wants to come in and build this as a business. There's basically enough product there for you for 2 months or you and a spouse for a month. Phenomenal value there because you get so much. You get all the things Joanie and I talked about and more. You get to try those products. Joint support, just things you wouldn't necessarily think of. You get to try pain cream. Diane and I, my wife Diane and I got exposed to a lot of different products when we bought our first Ultimate Pack. And now we have all those things in our pantry. The next one over is the Value Pack. That's the pack where you're going to get the absolute best value for your money. You're going to get the most product for your money. So if you're wanting to really give this a full-blown experiment in your body and you want to try the products, that is going to be a phenomenal option for you. And the other packs on the far right are just different options for the lower budget. But give it a person to invite you. They're going to help you determine what your objectives are and help tailor that to exactly what you need. Lastly, I'm going to wrap up real quick here going through the company, but I don't want to shortchange the company. The company is extremely solid and integrous. The vision of the company is basically to impact world health and free people from physical and financial pain. And in the process, create the largest and most trusted health and wellness company in the world. And yes, I add the word "and trusted." Eric Hoover did. I'm just quoting him. Over in the UK, when I saw him present this slide, he wants to not only be the largest, but the most trusted. And he's got a lot of say in our future as he'll be taking over the company for his parents, Jim and Kathy Hoover, someday. I'm not going to go into this slide. I just want to show it to you. When you're looking at this from a business perspective, these are the 5 categories you want to analyze. Isagenix is one of the very few companies, and the only one I know of in the industry, that checks all 5 boxes with a 10 out of 10 score. Absolutely phenomenal. For sake of time, we're going to go right to your opportunity to get your products paid for. The company's running a phenomenal promotion right now. Basically, when you help 2 customers get started, so everybody comes in as a customer. If you choose, and like I said, about 10 to 13% do choose to become associates, that changes you from getting vouchers like coupons to buy more product when you refer somebody to getting cash. You can also tap into the entire compensation plan, not just a few of the aspects that are available for our customers for referrals. But when you become an associate, you simply go in your back office, click on a big purple box that says Become an Associate, and you fill out a little paperwork for the government to know how to tax you, and then voila, you are an associate. No cost for that whatsoever. If you decide you want to have an international business, I always try to mention this so you don't miss out on this. There's a $49 fee to have an international business. As your team and your business grows around the world, to take part globally, that $49 annual fee is required. If you only want to have a business in the U.S., Canada, and Puerto Rico, you can just have your free associate business, no problem whatsoever. But this slide right here is the cornerstone of our program. It's becoming a consultant. As a consultant, you help 2 people get started, one on your right team, one on your left team. Everybody has a right and a left team. So you put 1 customer in your right team, 1 customer in your left team, you become a consultant. If you do that, in the first 30 days of you becoming an associate, the company's going to say, whoa, that's phenomenal, great start. Instead of the normal $50 consultant rank advancement bonus that you get no matter how long it takes you, the company's going to triple that, and they're going to give you a $100 crystal consultant bonus. That's right. So instead of the normal $50 for a short time now through the end of September, you're going to get $150 for becoming a consultant in your first 30 days. Now, if you've been in Isagenix for a while and you've never hit consultant, you are also eligible for this. You've got till later this month in July, give the person to invite you, and they can help you figure out exactly when that is if you've already been involved. So that is becoming a consultant. This next slide is really the module that you want to follow to build your business. It's simply becoming a manager. A manager is somebody who helps two customers become associates and then get two customers so they also become consultants. When you do this, we call it the you share, they share. You become a manager. If you do this in your first 60 days of becoming an associate, the company, just like the Crystal Consultant bonus, they're going to give you a Crystal Manager bonus. It's $250. So again, for sake of time, I'm not going to go through all the ways you do it, but just in this little example right here, you make $900 all the time. If your two new customers bought value packs, because your product introduction bonus would be such, and if they bought those value packs in the same business week. So it could vary from anywhere from $500 to $900, depending on when people bought and what they bought. But this is a phenomenal, phenomenal bonus. It's set up to help you get off to a good start and get your products paid for right away. This one slide here about the long-term legacy residual income. As I said earlier, you only have two teams to build. So you put your first customer on your right, the other one on the left, or vice versa. It doesn't matter. You get those two customers in place. Well, it does matter if it's your spouse. You want to put them on your focus leg. The person that's inviting you can help instruct you specifically on that. But you're building these two teams. And as you build these two teams, look at the benefits. You only have to build two teams. You earn cycles on your entire two teams. So as these two teams grow, every time you hit that 600 BV on one side and 300 BV on the other side, you earn a $54 cycle bonus. You can earn up to 250 of those a week. And then you cap out the compensation plan. So other than that, it pays down to an unlimited number of levels. So as your team grows and expands, with people telling people, generation after generation, if you were part of creating those two teams through your genealogy, you're going to get paid through the cycle bonuses as long as you balance it out with that 1/3, 2/3, which is very easy to do as you're building the weaker side. Now, one more component to this. Not only is it what you start, but when you're on someone else's team, they say they placed you on their right team, and now they place someone else on the right team after you, that other person falls under you. We call it spillover, and all their volume and all the volume they lead to counts for you also. It is the most generous compensation plan I've seen in my 25 years in this industry. It's absolutely amazing. As reorders happen, new orders happen, monthly lifestyle rewards orders happen, they come out with a birthday cake special and a bunch of people order birthday cakes. You get commission on all that. It is a phenomenally fair and lucrative compensation plan. So with that, you've heard from Joanie. She did a phenomenal job sharing her story, sharing about the products. I just gave you a little glimpse about the compensation plan. There's much more detail about that, but really what little I share with you is all you got to know to make a lot of money here. But now the choice is yours. You are where you are in life because of choices you've made and choices you've let other people make for you. And so now you've been given a chance by the person who invited you. And if not this, then what? And if not now, when? I'm telling you, the company's 17 years old, but they are about to hit this super momentum phase. And that's the best time to join a company. It really is. Not in the beginning. Oh my goodness. The pioneers, they're pioneers for a reason. A lot of them got arrows and don't make it. It's now when all the roads have been paved. It's a clear path. We've got just under 300 people that have already made $1 million with Isagenix. The timing is absolutely perfect for you to come join us. So come join us as a customer. If you want to be one of the 13%, hopefully we're going to raise that to about 20% that decide to become associates. You're honored and welcome to join the team in that respect. Now, yeah, Joanie, go ahead.
Well, I didn't want to interrupt you.
Go right ahead. I'm glad you did.
But you mentioned early at the very beginning to, at some point, mention James. And this is a perfect time because you've just shared the compensation plan. And so that's my son that I mentioned at the beginning or at the first part of my story who put on the lean muscle where I lost. Well, the other part of his story is he was even more skeptical than I was with this whole thing when baby sister came home talking about it. And the long and short of it is He realized it was valid, integral, unbelievable. He ended up marrying Herb and Patty's nanny, who is Audrey, who we all know and love. And last year, they became among the youngest millionaires in the company. And just 2 days ago on his birthday, they hit a new level in the compensation plan. So I'm not sure if that's what you were wanting me to share, but
Absolutely.
I tell you all of that.
Good.
Yeah, I tell you all of that. I was telling somebody today, this is my son. This isn't somebody I'm reading about in Reader's Digest or whatever. It's my son. And it really is real and powerful. And what I love so much as a mother is that this is merely a reflection. Their success at this point is merely a reflection of the thousands of people and families they have helped. And so thank you. It's powerful, amazing company, and amazing compensation plan.
Well, I'm so glad you remembered to chime in with that, because I really wanted you to do. I would have been kicking myself had you not done that. So thank you. As we wrap up, this next part is basically for people that are already in Isagenix, or you're a guest and you're wanting to really get serious about getting in Isagenix as a customer. One of the things Isagenix has made available recently is called the Isa Delivery. And so it's kind of like the Amazon Prime, where basically you pay a certain fee and then your shipping is free for the entire year. No matter how many orders you place, no matter how big they are, your orders are free. And so this Isa Delivery is $119. And if you plan on even ordering once a month, you're going to save money with the Isa Delivery. If you're like my wife and I, and you're ordering almost like groceries, you're just ordering once a week, just different stuff you need. They'll come out with specials and things you want to order. This saves us a lot of money. The next thing I'm going to share with you is a promo that the company's come out with. And that promo is the best promotion I've seen in my 25 years in this industry. It is literally, you can schedule a gathering. And so it could be like you're brand new. Say you're brand new tonight and you schedule a launch party. It could be at your home. It could be at your office. It could be in a hotel room if you want to rent out a hotel room, a conference room. It doesn't have to be nothing like that. It could be just small. It could be one person, 2 people, 3 people. You schedule a meeting where you're going to share. You're going to gather some people and you're going to share Isagenix. You simply go to this page right here, which is in your back office under promotions and contests, and you register. You go to isagenixare.com and you register your meeting. Now, Isagenix works with Eventbrite, so you're going to have an Eventbrite account, but you can get one for free. And so you just go through this process and you register your meeting. Once you register your meeting, Isagenix is going to send you 5 promo codes to our 5-year new customers. You can give them free membership. That's a great benefit to you and to them. Then in 5 business days or less, Isagenix is going to put a $50 product coupon in your back office. Let me repeat that. You can schedule a meeting at the coffee shop with a friend, and you talk about Isagenix. You share Isagenix with them. With integrity, you share Isagenix with them. But by registering that same meeting that you're going to do anyway to be a blessing to your friend, the company's going to send you a $50 product coupon and 5 free membership codes to where your friend and 4 other people can get free membership if they want. That is amazing. And are you limited to 1? No. I've already done 10 myself, and I'm doing them at least weekly. When you're going to schedule a meeting, register it, get your rewards. It's absolutely amazing. Mm-hmm. They're giving us free product. Now, it gets even better because they must sit around a room and say, how can we help these people make money? What can we do to get them to share Isagenix with other people? And believe it or not, it's just like spiritually, you may think you have the answer to eternal life and you don't share with anybody. Why? Why are we afraid of rejection? Well, the company's saying, look, we got to do something to get them to where they'll overcome their fear. And so here's what they did. They're paying us. They're giving us $50 product coupons to go out and share. But then when you have a meeting, if you're going to build this business, the best way to build it is schedule a meeting from your meeting. And so what Isagenix did, well, let's reward them for that too. So if you book a meeting and you schedule this meeting, and then somebody at your meeting decides to become a customer, and then they book a meeting, when they're filling out their survey, it's going to ask them, did you book this meeting from another meeting? And they click yes. Now you got to make sure they know your name, your ID number, and your email address, and they put that into the survey, And now the company says, well, thank you for letting us know that. We're going to reward the person that did the first meeting. So they're going to send the first person a $50 product coupon also. And you, the person who filled out the survey and had your own meeting, you're going to get your own $50 product coupon. They're going to give you another one because you booked it from a meeting. So it's absolutely amazing what they're doing. When people catch wind of this, and that's why they've done it. This promotion runs through, it says August 31st on the slide, but it actually runs to the end of the year. And it runs to the end of December. So this was an old slide. I'm sorry, I'll get that fixed. But it runs to the end of the year. They're like, hey, we want you to succeed. So go book your gatherings. And then when you book your gatherings, promote having meetings with the people at your meeting. They don't have to become an associate to do this. They can go to the same website, isagenixare.com, and as long as they are at least a customer, a member, they can book a meeting and get the same benefits you do. So I'm so fired about that. I couldn't wait to share that with everybody. Oh, and by the way, when you get the $50 product coupon, you can actually use that to buy your ICE delivery. So your $119 becomes $69 for free shipping for the year. So, Joanie, anything you want to share in closing? We ran way over tonight, but I think you and I are both pretty excited. I hope everybody enjoyed the call. It looks like a lot of people stuck around, so it looks like they did. So, Joanie, anything you want to share as we close the call?
No, Chuck, other than, let's keep paying this forward because it is too phenomenal to keep to ourselves. It really is. And thank you for those reminders on these incredible promotions. Yeah.
They are awesome. I'm trying to shout it from the rooftops. They make everybody aware of it. They're great. So, Joanie, thank you so much for joining us. All of you that join us live, thank you. And for those watching the recording, get back with the person who invited you. They'll help you set up your account. They'll help you pick the products that are right for you. And they will literally plug you into the system to help you succeed. The Cepeda system is the best in the world. God bless you all. Have a good night.